makers of the famous insect repellent.
Yes.
And, I mean, other stuff, too. I mean, we all kind of want to see Beyond Good and Evil 2,
Beyond Good
right?
and Evil 2. Man, if Beyond Good and Evil 2 and Mirror's Edge 2 happen in the same day, the internet is going to lose its mind.
And then what happens if, like, The Last Guardian at Sony's press conference?
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Everybody melts.
Best E3 ever?
We're just a mess.
I literally cannot even imagine the ramifications of all three of those games being shown in the same day.
Yeah, but Beyond Good and Evil 2 would be amazing.
Yeah. I'm up for that. But you have a vested interest, Sean, in Rayman.
Rayman. I loved Rayman Oranges, as I like to call it.
Delicious.
That game was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to Rayman Legends. I got to play a little bit of it at Ubisoft's pre-E3 Judges Week, and that game is looking really good. They're doing some clever new things with it. It's not just, hey, here's another 2D platformer with really hard levels. It's, hey, here's another 2D platformer with really inventive, really hard levels.
So actual inventiveness. We might actually see some of that at E3 as opposed to corporate inventiveness.
Corporate
but
inventiveness?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to be
what
judgy.
do you have against corporate inventiveness?
I'm not going to be judgy. I'm just saying every time somebody uses the words innovative or exciting or truly next gen, my eyes are rolling just a little bit.
You do this at your desk. Oh.
What celebrity guest host do you think we can expect? We had Drake.
Wasn't it Aisha Tyler last year?
Yes.
I think she's going to host the Ubisoft one again. That's the rumor, right?
You tell me.
I don't think they're bringing back Joel McHale.
If you're asking me game-related questions, I don't know anything.
That's my bet.
Where am I again?
As far as special guests, I don't know.
Who cares?
I think they're going to bring a real pirate on stage, maybe like a Somali pirate, to talk about Assassin's Creed 4.
That sounds maybe like that could be a distinctly bad idea,
That would
actually.
be a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's probably, you know what, Ubisoft don't bring an actual pirate on stage.
A real Somalian
don't
pirate
bring a
would be
real
a bad
Somali
idea.
pirate on stage.
Okay, but let's talk about this. Rather than specific games that we'd hope they'd bring back or announce, what genre types do we not see from Ubisoft that would be interesting to see kind of emerge?
Oh, gosh. Good question. Well, they've kind of got the first-person shooter thing down with Far Cry. So speaking of which, do you think there could be a Far Cry presence?
I would be
surprised.
I think it's a little too soon.
Rise.
Yeah.
I think it would be too soon, especially because Blood Dragon just happened.
Right.
So, I mean, you never know, but I doubt it.
So no DLC even? No attention even given to the franchise?
Maybe more DLC. Maybe they announce like a new expansion like Blood Dragon, but I have a hard time seeing a new like full-on Far Cry sequel.
So they've got shooter covered.
They've got shooter covered.
They've got open world action adventure covered.
They've got open world action adventure covered.
2D platformer.
2D platformer is covered.
But what about Prince of Persia type platforming?
Okay.
Right. Yeah, wasn't that also rumored actually to become...
I could see that happening.
There could be, I mean, maybe, you know what? Sequel to 2008 Prince of Persia.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
That'd be great.
A very underrated game as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Not by me.
Not by you. You didn't like that game?
No, I love that game.
Oh,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, well, that's
totally
right.
not.
That's true, yeah.
Totally not underrated by me.
Maybe not underrated, just perhaps not as commercially successful as it needed to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe some Prince of Persia.
Maybe
right?
some Prince of Persia.
But we're thinking about like these hypothetical new IPs that could to fill in gaps, right? So Watch Dogs seemingly didn't even fill a gap we know existed. But isn't that sort of the fun of like our favorite things at E3 is like these are the answers to questions we never thought to ask.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, and that's where Watch Dogs kind of comes from. But what questions are we asking of Ubisoft to answer for us?
I've got to tread lightly here because I did get to see a game yesterday that is embargoed that I can't talk about right here, unfortunately.
You haven't even told us about it.
I've told some people about it.
Well, when I say us, what I mean is me.
You? Well, I can't tell you now, Kevin. We're on the internet.
Whispered into his microphone.
And I don't know if you know this, but there's no secrets on the internet.
Oh, you remind me of so many terrible things from my past.
So many untagged Facebook photos.
Hide that from the timeline.
Yeah. So there's going to be some new stuff here. I can tell you that.
That's good.
Let's see. What else? Strategy?
So real-time strategy doesn't really seem to be a...
Well,
no, but they
Ubisoft
have
do Anno, yeah.
They have Anno.
Yeah.
But that's not really... I mean,
That's not like an E3 press conference
I think they publish Settlers, too, right?
Yeah. I mean, they publish those games, and they seem to be successful, but it's never the type of thing that you see, like, in lights on their E3 stage show.
No, that's true. But we really don't have any strategy presence at all during any of these conferences, partially because, of course, the PC is completely unrepresented. And that's normally where you're going to see stuff like this. But we have had from Ubi End War.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't necessarily be a surprise to see End War 2. Okay, I guess that would be a surprise, come to think about it.
You know what? Let's not forget that Ubisoft did acquire the rights to that South Park game.
Oh,
so
Stick of Truth.
That is.
I can almost guarantee they're going to show something of that South Park game.
So we've got role-playing
and let's just say it's got a lot of farts in it.
I hope it's Cartman's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of farts.
And not just regular farts, but like big, blazing, fiery farts.
Big fire farts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BFFs.
Like kind of like a visit to this restroom right over here after lunchtime. So.
Yeah. Video games, right?
Oh, right. Is that
Video
where we're
games.
at?
Yeah.
Right.
Video games.
So, but what else like with role playing could there be? I mean, they've kind of picked up that game probably to fill a part of their portfolio that needs a little filling in, right?
Right.
But do they have? Is there anything else there that could they potentially be working on a sort of a role playing franchise? I mean, we've never a new IP in that regard. They don't really have anything.
I would love to see a Ubisoft approach to like a classical role playing style game.
Like Western or Japanese?
Like
style?
a classic Western role playing game.
Would you like to see it in a modern setting or in the past?
I would go for something in the fantasy genre. Like a Ubisoft approach to like an open world kind of Bethesda style Western RPG.
Right, exactly.
Well, do they still have like rights to publishing Avatar games, James Cameron Avatar games?
I don't.
Maybe like a role playing game on Pandora.
I would not. No.
No.
No, nobody wants this.
Please no.
But hey, I'm here to ask the important questions.
You
really.
are here to ask the important questions. Ubisoft, man.
Yeah, let's get James Cameron out again. That was a highlight, right, for all of us, really.
Whatever happened to that laser tag game they showed like 3 years ago?
Laser tag.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember that, but it's only vague because that's one of those moments where my brain sort of checks out. During those moments where it's like, oh, this is just kind of filler.
That was like 4 years. So basically, what they had was it was like a laser tag game where you bought the peripherals and everything. And I don't even remember if it was a real video game or just laser tag stuff. And like Joel McHale made this whole big deal about how they had brought these like elaborate big white blocks on stage.
Oh, I remember the blocks.
For them to like hide behind and shoot around.
The blocks was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
actually,
the
they
blocks,
made a big deal over the blocks.
The blocks were a really big deal. And then that same press conference, I was going backstage to interview Joel McHale afterwards, and we got lost and wound up in the alley outside of the theater. And what should I find in that alley, disused and thrown away, but the white blocks?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
There was such a life ahead of those blocks. Can you imagine what they would have fetched on eBay?
Those poor blocks. Those poor blocks. That'll be good. It'll be exciting.
Maybe they were reused for maybe they were sold and then reused for like Battle Blocks Theater or something.
It could have been.
You don't know.
Yeah, blocks are probably the most next gen of all shapes.
Really, I always thought it was the Meat Cube.
Meat Cube
was the most next gen of all shapes.
Is pretty next gen.
Do you think we're gonna see any kind of like what EA did with Need for Speed? Any like previews for a movie? Because I know doesn't Ubisoft have some stuff?
Oh, they've got like Assassin's
you're
Creed
right.
movie.
Yeah. You're right.
They've got
that's a
they've
whole
got an
big
everything movie.
That's
right?
a big new initiative of theirs.
Yeah.
Everything has like a movie tie-in, and there's comics, and they're gonna have stuff.
I feel like there's a big Ubisoft game that we're maybe forgetting.
Are we?
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody out there's shouting, "What about this, you moron!"
Come on, guys. Come on, what's going on? Oh boy. So what did you make of that EA press conference, Kevin?
Oh gosh. Well, it was pretty bro.
It was a little broy there in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. It gets. I mean, but that's sort of my thing. Like, I don't really.
It was like a bro sandwich.
I don't play
with bro bread, or broed, as I like to call it.
Bro sandwich.
Yeah.
So I'm not really into the MMA, and I'm not really into the traditional sports games.
But everyone loves fighting, man. It's in our genes.
Kind of the bro,
fighting was
I'm
the
okay
first
with the bro
sport.
sandwich, but seriously, those games in there, not really my thing. So I did check out a little bit, but then once things, I mean. See, here, like Battlefield 4, I guess it's kind of like the expected sequel, right? But it does look like they're making good use of like the technology of the next gen because some of that stuff looked
The
pretty
destruction,
phenomenal.
yeah, the
right?
destruction looked awesome. That whole building toppling down in a multiplayer match.
Yeah.
And I like the real-time integration, too, with the tablet. Like, I kind of, in the past, kind of made fun of that stuff, but this is the first example I've seen where it's done really well in real time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Like, I'm still not quite convinced of, like, the tablet connected to the game things. I haven't really seen anything that makes me just want to go and grab my smart glass.
One thing, go ahead. Go ahead.
So you say going to grab your smart glass to do it, right? But what if you're just on your tablet and you get a notification like your friends are playing a game? And you're like, okay, cool, let me see what's going on. You're like, all right, I can help them out there. I can help them out there.
When I'm on my
Then you log back
tablet,
on
I
your...
am so lazy in bed, I'm not moving even
Okay,
to grab
sure.
the controller.
Okay. But this is a different scenario than...
Yeah.
Don't tease me.
Peter does not like to be teased.
You're
This
still,
is awkward.
You're still upset
I
about
don't
the
want
bro
to be
sandwich
here right
comment.
now.
I'm upset about
I
it.
know jealousy when I see it.
All right, here's a
I
scenario.
wish I'd made that comment.
Here's a scenario. They mentioned smart glass support in the X-Bone version of The Witcher 3.
Right.
How about this interface that's so much easier than clicking
I
through?
do get it, yeah. I do get it. And there is value in that. If I'm like, say I'm on the bus and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to look and see what's going on and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. That's kind of cool. I'll do it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'll do it on my smart glass enabled phone. Actually, I don't have a... Wait, is smart glass... What
Smart
platform is
Glass-
smart
It's an
glass on?
app.
It's an app,
You
yeah.
have it on Android. I
Okay,
believe it's
yeah.
on iOS
I mean,
as well.
I've used it on, like, when I had my Windows phone,
Yeah.
I used to, like, actually turn on my 360 and navigate YouTube using my phone.
Yes, oh,
because
yeah.
the controller was, like, over there.
I do that quite often, and it's a lot
We're, like,
better,
totally
actually.
watching ourselves
Yeah.
on the...
We got ourselves
really
on the screen here.
uncomfortably
I'm
on
gonna
this.
With a massive
see if
delay.
we can get somebody to, because I keep
Man,
hearing
but check
myself.
out my beard. Doesn't it look great?
That is a mighty beard,
Yeah.
Kevin. That is
Yeah, I'm
an
up for that.
okay looking
Got
beard.
it. Got lots of weight to relose, but other than that, I'm looking fine, really.
This has gone off the deep end.
I feel like there's like a press conference we need to talk about right now before anything. Hey, Eric, can you turn the volume down on the TV a bit? Cool.
So
Thanks, Eric.
Ubisoft,
Yeah.
video game.
I'm most
Ubisoft.
excited for Watch Dogs.
Watch
of that, I
Dogs,
know that we'll be
easily.
shown most excited for that by
Yes.
far.
Yeah. Watch Dogs. I feel like we're gonna get some new IP there. At least a couple.
Well,
new.
that's because you've told us that you know there's a new
Yeah.
IP. There.
All right, fine. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm looking forward to some other new IP.
Something you don't know about.
Something I
perhaps.
don't know about.
Perhaps.
Wink.
But that's always the best thing. I've always said that I don't want what developers and publishers think that I want. I want the things that I didn't know I want until they give them to me.
Right.
And that's why why Watch Dogs is exciting for me when I saw it last year. That's why whatever new thing that they show. And I always feel like, especially if the developer in particular is Ubisoft Montreal,
Yeah.
I always feel like they're one of those few like big budget developers that still get this chance to do kind of ballsy things.
Yeah.
More so than a lot of other developers that are showered with money. Like maybe Naughty Dog, maybe a few others kind of get to use their large piles of money to do like
Their
kind
money
of
hats.
like whatever they want.
Yeah.
What if
But-
we see a 1666 game? How awkward would that be?
I feel
Oh,
like that is
Patrice.
not gonna happen
I
right
know,
now.
I know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely.
He would be at home like, damn.
Sean, maybe you should catch people that
Oh, yeah,
don't know
yeah.
why we're what's so snarky about that. Maybe you should catch them.
1666 is the name of the game that Patrice Désilets, basically the guy who helped create the Assassin's Creed franchise in the old days at Ubisoft. He left Ubisoft. He went to THQ Montreal, and he was heading up a new studio there. And THQ had a bit of, let's say, money problems.
We'll say that.
Let's say they literally ran out of money to do anything with at a most basic level. So they sold off their studios piecemeal, and Ubisoft bought Patrice Désilets' studio and also bought the game that he was working on as a result. And then he got pushed out the door.
The thing is, in his contract, he was reserved the rights to get that IP back.
Oh, did
And
he?
they denied him. And plus, he was also supposed to have hit a milestone
Uh-huh.
and get more money. He hit that milestone, kept on developing. Then they laid him. They fired him because they said he did not hit that milestone.
Oh, okay.
So there's a few things. There's many things involved.
So you're saying if like Ubisoft and Patrice were like at a party, maybe they wouldn't want to run into each other. It would be like one of those awkward like,
Yeah,
hey,
like if we went
good
to the
good run
Polygon party
into you.
last
Go in.
It would be like an ex-girlfriend kind of situation there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
You run into a lot of ex-girlfriends around this town,
I
Kevin.
do. LA's full of them.
It would Yeah, that seems like not the best time. Also, that seems like, from what I've heard, that seems like kind of like a big, ambitious game that's probably a couple years out.
Yeah. Which is fine. That's kind of what they do, right?
Yeah.
They do make ambitious things, and with lots of sort of
Ambition.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah,
ambition.
that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have put it better myself. So
Thank
carry
you.
on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I've said everything I need to say.
So what do you make of the fact that we did not see any Ubisoft stuff at the Microsoft press conference?
Well, I will say this. Typically in the past, during Ubisoft press conferences, we've always seen them using PlayStation controllers.
They do have that kind of like marketing deal with Sony where
Yeah.
like I've always seen Assassin's Creed games demoed on
Yeah.
PlayStation controllers.
Which is always strange because those games always end up working better on the
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But go figure.
Go
right?
figure. Ubisoft, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, so what time does the stream start right now? What's our...
What is it, 3 o'clock, right?
Is it 3?
3 o'clock? Hey, we got like another 7-8 minutes to like kill time and look awkwardly at each
We're
other.
not killing time. We're having
Please.
an engaging conversation about life,
Ex-girlfriends?
ex-girlfriends,
Yeah.
Beards?
beards.
Oh, hey, Internet.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
see you
it's
guys
us again.
there.
We just noticed ourselves on the TV
I didn't.
again.
So what would you look for in Beyond Good and Evil 2 if that were a thing? If that were to come to life? What would you hope would be in there?
Well, obviously Jade.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's what you need more than anything. In
Uh-huh.
young, I mean, that sounds so obvious, but
Yeah.
with especially with such a lack of female protagonists in games. I mean, it's great though. At least EA ended with
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge 2, so we will see
Yeah.
the return of Faith, presumably.
Thank God.
Yeah, and so we've got that. But obviously, Jade is the biggest thing.
Jade,
Yeah.
good old Double H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want like that crazy world to be back again with all the anthropomorphic,
Yeah.
characters and I mean that's the great thing about Beyond Good and Evil, right? Is like it's just a world that's not really like any other. But a fixed camera would be great.
That would be nice.
Fix up that camera.
Yeah.
But I want more shootouts and like a speedboat on the water. Like, do you remember the thing with like the snake thing in the water that you were
Yes,
shooting? Like one of the
I
very
do.
open world.
It well,
it was more.
little
Ish.
bit.
It was non-linear in
It
some
was-
respects.
It was
It was largely linear.
It was like a
Yeah.
contiguous
Yeah.
world, but you had to go from one place to
Yeah.
another specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but maybe I don't know. I feel like they've got the open world thing pretty much down. So if it's
Yeah.
just a relatively open adventure like Beyond Good and Evil, that's good. Keep the structure. It works.
Sure, yeah.
So go with it.
Go with it.
And remember the leaked trailer we saw years back.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, that looked cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was really fluid and fun. If it was indeed anything that was
Yeah.
remotely playable,
It wouldn't be the first game that had a trailer out a few years ago that ended up being for next gen. A small example being Crimson Dragon. You know,
Right.
that game's been
Oh, yeah.
floating around forever,
Right.
and we haven't seen much of it. And no, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you like? Last Guardian stuff like that. Do you think that'll ultimately be
Right.
pushed to like PS4? Not that this is really on topic for a Ubisoft.
No, but
conference,
whatever, non sequitur. Yeah, I do think that would be pushed.
Yeah.
It would be silly to, with all this power coming up, to take a game like that and keep it in sort of the limited scope of what the PS3 can do. Tech circa 2006.
But I mean, even now though, I mean, think the PS4 is coming, but the PS3's, in no danger of losing quality titles. I mean, we do have things like The Last of Us,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and clearly
I
Dark
wonder-
Souls 2.
I wonder if there's going to be longer support given to the 360 versus the PS3.
That's what EA certainly wants us to think,
Yes,
obviously.
exactly.
And Microsoft and EA are clearly partnered,
Yeah.
if that's the right word. I guess that is the right word, come to think of it.
So
yeah.
outside of Last Guardian, and then you got Beyond Two Souls, and obviously Last of Us just came out. What does Sony have left for their platform that's like exclusive to them for the PS3?
Well, they've got Knack.
That's PS4.
PS4
Which is
game.
oh, you're right, PS3.
Yeah. Like
Well, I
what
mean,
are the big titles left to come out for
They're,
that?
well,
Beyond, I don't know.
Beyond. Well, I mean, there could potentially be more God of War, I guess. Maybe? No?
I feel
You
like
don't
the
think-
last one is too recent.
We're just
feel-
kind of
yeah.
done with God of War on
Yeah.
the PS3.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I don't know. Well, obviously
Okay.
Dark Souls 2 is coming.
Right. So I guess in this regard, for the Last Guardian to show up on PS4 would not be a surprise.
Not necessarily. But
Yeah.
it would be neat to see like the really high quality stuff still be pumped out.
Yeah.
You know?
Pump it out.
Yeah.
Pump it out, Sony. You know what, Sony? When in doubt, just pump it out.
Yeah. But I suspect that this is going to be the first major PS4 presence we'll have seen. Obviously,
Yeah.
we weren't going to see any at Microsoft.
Yeah.
A little surprised
The
that we
odds
didn't
of
see
that happening.
any indication of like there was not even any acknowledgement that it existed.
Yeah.
At the EA press conference, as far as I remember, unless you.
Well, actually, no. So one of the games they were playing, a guy had a PS3 4 controller with like the move thing, so you could tell he was using it. I think it was Need for Speed.
Okay.
Because they were racing, and he showed how he interjected in one race, and yeah.
I have noticed that we seem to be kind of like going back to the era of like big third-party exclusives, which is something that we didn't see a whole lot of this most recent console generation.
Yeah.
But now we see like Dead Rising 3 is going to be Xbox One exclusive.
Titanfall. I'm sure there's a few others that I'm missing here. Can you think of any reason why that seems to be the case?
Business. Yeah. I feel like with so many studios like going under, it helps to have a backer like first party behind you.
Yep. No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know somebody's going to be giving you the money, you go with where the money is.
Yeah.
And at this stage, obviously, both Sony and Microsoft want to
They're
have
vying for good games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what you do. And
yeah, I mean, there just seemed to be such uniformity among like the multi-platform games in the most recent console generation that Microsoft and Sony like reaching out to these guys to secure these third-party exclusives. That's actually a way for you to distinguish yourself from the competition.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen with the policy disparity between Sony and Microsoft, and how that will drive publishers to one platform or the other. And then you might see publishers saying, "Oh, why did they get a contract from you guys for exclusivity when we're just forced because our hand is being forced to work with you, and we're not getting any support?" A lot of interesting politics that come out of this.
But I think a lot of like publishers are sort of in the same, and developers are sort of in the same place we are, where a lot of the things that Microsoft announced about the Xbox One, they didn't know. I mean, so a lot of these decisions are being made without knowledge of every feature of the console they're actually making.
Currently, yeah. Currently.
So, but these contracts are already in place regardless. So, sort of an interesting situation that.
I'm looking forward to the Sony press conference. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
They brought a lot of great stuff to the PS4 reveal. I'm curious whether they're going to show as many indie games as they showed at the PS4 reveal, because E3 is kind of like, I don't know, there's a lot more at stake, I feel like.
I bet we'll get like a chunk with like an array of indie games. I don't know if they'll focus so heavily on a bunch.
An indie montage, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. Sizzling montage of indie games. All right, folks, we're less than 1 minute away from the beginning of the stream. Guys, any last thoughts?
Yes, so just to remind you guys that you can watch the regular presentation, just vanilla, on GameSpot.com. On Twitch TV, you can watch our commentary version.
Yes.
So if you love the sounds of our voice, and why wouldn't you love the sounds of our voices?
Who wouldn't?
Stay tuned on Twitch. But if you just want the pure direct audio, you can listen to that on GameSpot.com.
Can I be clear? I hate the sound of my own voice.
Likewise.
So if I were you, I'd just go right to GameSpot and I'd be like, F that dude. I just want to watch the press conference. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, or just keep them both open.
I'm just going to be honest right now.
Keep them both open in 2 different tabs and just have like this wonderful harmony of voices.
A cacophony of GameSpot.
A cacophony, a discord of information and infotainment, I like to think.
Please never say infotainment. That's the worst word of the day besides Drivatar.
How do you feel about it?
Please don't say that.
Drivatar. Yeah, Drivatar is good. But that's not a new word. Drivatar was in Forza 1.
Yeah, but we're not used to hearing it said like 12 times within the same like 2-minute stretch.
Yeah.
Drivatar.
So it's kind of hard.
Drivatar.
The last drive bender.
Drivatar.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Wait. Drivatar? Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
We are fast
Calm,
approaching.
cool, and collected.
We're fast approaching Ubisoft's E3 2013 press conference. Again, if you want the vanilla version,
welcome 8-time Grammy nominee from Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell.
Hello. How's it going? All right, a couple rowdies out there, cool. Maybe you know this one. You know, it's not much fun playing to a recorded track, even if it is one of ours. So why don't we think about getting a band up here with me? All right. Cool. Rocksmith. Okay. Edit session mode. Change band. Okay. Rock. Change instrument 4. Okay, and page down. And synth. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jerry. That was killer.
Thanks.
All right, so tell us, hey everybody, tell us what just happened there.
This is the new session mode for Rocksmith 2014, and I picked a virtual band and started playing, and the game's band reacts to what I do, and it's like jamming with real musicians.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
So what do you think of session mode in general?
Well, the technology is amazing, and there's nothing really like it today. I have to tell you that it's really fun and addictive, and you know, you can play for hours trying different bands and different instruments. Yeah.
Hopefully you can play for different hours, but we're not going to be able to sound like Jerry Cantrell. The new session mode is going to be a big part of Rocksmith 2014, which comes out this October, as well as many other new features and surprises, and of course, brand new music. And obviously, what I and everybody else want to know is if Alice in Chains is going to be on the game.
Yeah, I think the new single Stone is going to be on the game. Yeah.
Excellent. Again, we would all aspire to play like you on that song. We are so proud to be part of a product that makes guitar playing more accessible to a wider audience, that's you. That's you guys are excited about that as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anything that gets guitars in hands is a good thing for kids, you know, so, or anybody.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome. For all aspiring guitar players, whether you're a beginner or not, Rocksmith 2014 is the fastest way to learn guitar. So everybody give it up for the incredible Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains.
Thank you very much.
So great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I did so many dirty deeds to Alice in Chains when I was a kid, and also the other day. All right. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Ubisoft E3 2013 Media Briefing. I am your host, Aisha Tyler. Welcome. Welcome to the show. I am so incredibly excited to be back to introduce a straight bonkers slate of games. I'm so freaking amped. E3 is my favorite time of the year. It's like Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, my birthday, a boss fight, and a UFC heavyweight championship rolled all into one. I literally could not sleep last night. And that's because I was playing EC3, but I didn't sleep at all. And last year, we got a little taste of the future. I know you guys remember it with the announcement of Watch Dogs. It was awesome. Yes. I know how I feel about Watch Dogs. And in the hopes of building on that excitement, Ubisoft is diving belly first, ass out into the next gen pool. And if what I saw in rehearsals is any indication, we should all be pretty freaking excited. So I can't wait to kick this off. Now, if you're anything like me, when you get excited, you also have a million questions. And I want you guys to feel free to tweet your questions or your reactions using the hashtags that you're going to see throughout the show, all right? And then after the show, I'm going to be hosting the official live post-show with the Ubisoft dev teams. We're going to answer whatever you guys throw at us, all right? So fire away if the urge strikes you. And remember, there are no stupid questions. Yes, there are. There are very stupid questions, absolutely, but don't worry, we'll answer those too. I promise you that. Maybe not the way you wanted, but we will answer them. Kicking things off today is a game that you will be able to get your grubby mitts on in just a few short weeks. August 20th marks the return of the unique and iconic franchise, Splinter Cell. Yes, feel free to clap. You know you want to. I can't wait for what is probably the most detailed and rewarding secret operative experience of its generation. Splinter Cell Blacklist is, quite simply, the biggest Splinter Cell ever. It is packed with everything you could possibly want. An engrossing single-player campaign starring Sam Fisher, multiple co-op missions, and as you probably know by now because you're spoiling buddies, the legendary Spies vs. Mercs multiplayer makes its triumphant return. But, as they say at Ubisoft, yeah, you can clap for that too. Being stoked is allowed. This is not an economics conference. As they say at Ubisoft, ça suffit. This is Splinter Cell Blacklist.
America. This is the Blacklist. We have one demand. You have soldiers in 153 countries. Now, every week, we will attack you. We are the engineers.
Got some crazy ass encryption going on. It'll take me a minute. Done.
The world is looking for answers, Mr. Fisher, and I don't have any. Fourth Echelon needs to find them. You can't do that without a leader.
The fixed man comes with me, no questions asked.
You can have Charlie Cole. And Grimm's daughter has recruited one of the CIA's best for mission support, Isaac Briggs.
Grimm is out.
Sorry, Sam, that's a non-starter. Nobody works better with you than she does. Welcome to Fourth Echelon, Mr. Fisher.
Paladin 1 and the 4th Echelon team are ready, Madam President.
We're running analytics to find the target locations as we speak. I'll get you up to speed on the plane.
Prototype military transport.
Loaded with custom modifications. Every resource that you'd have on the ground.
This puppy makes Air Force One look like a paper airplane. Hey, Sam?
Word of a stunning attack on the massive U.S. military installation on the island of Guam.
A group calling themselves the Engineers has claimed responsibility.
They're calling the attacks the Blacklist.
The Blacklist.
The Blacklist. You can't stop the Blacklist. Grenade!
We've got visual confirmation. Sam, talk to me.
He's dead. Take them out before they trigger that bomb. Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Sam, it looks like you're in the sweet spot to launch the tri-loader.
Do a sweep with your goggles.
We hunt them down. Force them to make mistakes. We can't wait. This is it, Briggs.
I'll cover your exit.
Briggs, I'm waiting on you.
Teamwork. I love it. Copy that, Briggs. Nice shooting.
It's time to go hunt.
I see it.
What are you planning?
Oh, we're past planning. I want to execute it.
Sam, it's about to get ugly. Local talent's closing on your position. It's a trap. Get it out.
Yes. And there goes my fall. Now, another icon. I got a different mic. The last one was going in and out. Hopefully this one works. If it doesn't, I'll just start screaming at you. Nothing more fun than a giant black lady screaming at you, especially in bed. Another iconic Ubisoft character with a new game on the way is Rayman. In 1995, he was just a cute, two-dimensional little bugger designed for the Atari Jaguar time machine. And now, 18 years and 13 games later, Rayman has firmly staked its claim as one of Ubisoft's most beloved characters and acclaimed franchises. Off the heels of the highly rated Rayman Origins and the 2012 iPhone Game of the Year, Rayman Jungle Run, welcome to the gorgeous world of Rayman Legends. Super fun, right? Adorable. Now, we know that you guys have been waiting for a long time for this game, but Ubisoft really wanted to make it the biggest and best Rayman to date, and you will be able to play it on September 3rd. Very, very soon. To celebrate E3, Michel Ancel and his team have a nice, juicy taste of what the new Rayman is going to look like. Enjoy.
The Glade of Dreams is in danger, my friend. Go! Quickly wake up our legendary heroes.
has always been that game where you're telling yourself while you're playing, all right, just one more, and then I'll take my kid to the emergency room. A little bit of ice, that'll help. Next up is a newcomer that is already adding to Ubisoft's stable of memorable characters. The mighty quest for epic loot is all about giving users the ability to create content and compete within a humorous, persistent, free-to-play world. At its core, it's a game that teaches how to thrive in a capitalist society. You build up your own stuff, and then you go take other people's stuff who aren't as capable of defending themselves because you're a nice guy, and then you do that over and over again until you die. Here to tell you all about it is brand creative director Louis-Pierre Farron.
Thanks, Aisha. The mighty quest for epic loot welcomes you to the world of opulencia. Your goal is simple. It is all about stealing from your neighbor and protecting your pile of loot. So first things first. Build up your castle and protect it from invaders. Fill it with deadly creatures and traps that will hopefully keep your treasure room safe. You'll have a ton of tricks up your sleeve to let you be creative in the way you want to take invaders out. Now, choose your hero. I personally love to play the knight, so gear him up and choose a victim. If it's a friend, that's even better. And players know that they need to protect their treasure, so it's never a walk in the park to reach the treasure room. You'll need to use different skills, tactics, and even in some cases, try out different heroes to reach that delicious treasure. If you manage to defeat his defenses, make sure you let him know you stopped by and leave him a friendly message. My personal motto is to loot and protect. And this is why I'm generously inviting you all to try to take a piece of my treasure. So head over my castle. The address is LPP, yeah, you know me, at level 30. Today, we're proud to announce that we've reached our closed beta. So just go to themightyquest.com and join us now. To celebrate this, tonight, Sir Payne Hammer will take you behind the scenes of what really happened when we visited this castle in our announcement trailer.
You put it in cold water, it shrinks. Oh, hi. Sir Payne Hammer here. When a crew of world-renowned filmmakers approached me to document a day in my life, my only question to them was, what took you so long? Join me on a little voyage that I like to call making a masterpiece. This is my castle. There are many like it, but this one is... I don't like to brag or anything, but I've looted hundreds of... This is Nigel. He's like a deadly weapon. And the bestest friend you could ever have. All in one! Good Lord. OMG. Where is it all coming from?
Code 26. Read our current set, please.
I call this my Gauntlet of Doom. It's awesome for keeping out any would-be thieves. I'm okay. My spine took the brunt of the impact. Leaving so soon?
Go f yourself.
Okay. Take care now. Have a good trip, you son of a... Your mother... Some banana trees in my day. Bigger saline drip. Friggin' alphabet soup and... Dust Bowl Carnival. Was that a bit too much? Guys, that was too much, wasn't it?
Humor and gaming are obviously two of my favorite things in the world, and if you combine them into a single experience, it's pretty much digital crack. Which brings us to one of the newest members of the Ubisoft family, South Park, the Stick of Truth. Yes. Yes. I think the first name they pitched didn't make it past the censors. With 16 seasons and a film behind them, Matt Stone and Trey Parker have shown there is literally no subject that they cannot make you laugh at.
I'm gonna teach you a fart called the Nagasaki. It's called the Nagasaki because if you do it right, it makes people go, ooh. Nagasaki! Just remember one very important thing. Never, ever fart on anyone's balls. You got that? All right.
Coming this holiday season. Or some holiday season, hopefully kind of soon. You know how video games are.
And hashtag Nagasaki fart. Absolutely, and you're welcome, Internet. Now, it's time to get serious, all right? It's the moment that you've all been waiting for. It's next-gen time. Yes, you can get excited about that too, or you can be pissy about it like the Internet. Ubisoft continues to cement its place atop the gaming industry with its iconic and enduring franchises and groundbreaking creative development. And I am so freaking happy to welcome the man responsible for guiding the company to its current level of extraordinary success. So everybody, give a huge hand for Ubisoft co-founder and CEO, Yves Guillemot.
Nice to see you.
You too. How are you?
Sure.
So, Yves, I'm incredibly happy to be back this year. So excited to be here with you. You're here to kick off the next-gen segment of the show, and you've been really vocal. And I know, I'm a giantess. I'm literally like two people put into one. I know. You're feeling LeBron James for me. It's okay. I understand. Now, you've been really vocal in the media about getting these new consoles going, haven't you? Why exactly is that?
You know, because at Ubisoft, we love new consoles, so...
Yeah, and it drives next-gen gaming and big leaps forward. So what have you got for us today?
You know, I want to show you a new game from talented teams at Ivory Tower and Reflection. You know, I'm very, very proud of this game. I'm convinced it's going to revolutionize the genre.
Oh.
So it's called The Crew. So take a look.
Excellent. That was so incredible. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to the creative director of The Crew, Julian Garrity.
Hey, Aisha.
How's it going? How are you? Welcome.
Not too bad.
You look rad.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You look pretty rad yourself.
Thank you.
All right. It's not a puppy, but it's with the compliments of the team.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
There's a little special something on there for you.
Ah, well, you know, normally I don't take bribes, but when it comes to gaming, I am incredibly unscrupulous. I have no morals whatsoever. So later.
Thank you very much. So, a new generation of hardware demands a new experience for driving games. With The Crew, our first step was to ask, how do we use this new tech to change the status quo of driving games? The first answer we came up with, more variety in a video game world as big as has ever been created. Iconic city streets, off-road countryside, forests, mountains, desert flats, sand dunes, the whole of the USA. Now, with this ultimate open world playground in place, for the first time ever, you'll experience all the adventures of driving as you seek to infiltrate and take over a criminal organization one city at a time. Doing so, you'll experience what total freedom is. It's up to you to choose your cars, your customizations, your style of playing. This is driving at its most exciting, varied, open, and I like to think fun. How can we make this next-gen driving experience even more thrilling? We believe that sharing and competing with friends is essential. So we've made the entire game an online persistent world, blurring the line between the single player, the co-op, and competitive modes. You can't play solo, of course, but even better. Group up with your friends, create a crew, and play co-op in every single mission, event, or race. Those traffic cars you were driving past at 180 miles per hour in downtown Detroit, they could be AI, but they could also be potential rivals or crew members, creating a truly immersive world that is very much alive. Now we're going to jump into a live demo of the game, where we'll see everything that I've just mentioned. We'll follow 4 players in 4 different regions of the USA. Then they'll all unite in Miami, forming a crew, customizing their vehicles to perform a takedown mission together. Our first stop is in New York City, where Steve is kicking off an illegal street race across the Brooklyn Bridge and outrunning the police. Out of the streets of New York, we join our second player, Fergus, exploring Black Hills close to Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. Now he's exploring with a friend, tracking down some skills, and there are thousands of these 20-second trials scattered throughout the world. Each one will reward you with experience, cash, and parts. And you see those hills over there? You can drive all the way over there and explore them too. Now our third player is Sly, and he's driving through the back roads in Nevada. He's going to launch a skill that requires him to beat a ghost, one of the ways we feature asynchronous challenges. But get this, he's driving a high-speed performance car that needs to stay on the road to really perform versus the ghost of his friend, a dirt car that is built for going across rocky terrain. Just over the hill, you can see Las Vegas. We could drive all the way down there and drag race the strip. But what we're going to do is to join Paul in the streets of Miami, our final stop. Now, Paul is wearing a hat, so he's not very good, and needs some help to finish a cooperative mission. So, he's sending invites to all of his friends, the 3 other players that we just saw, to beat a mission in a cooperative way. Note that there was no lobby, no separation of the online multiplayer and the single-player experience. And this demo is live, so we're bound to make a few mistakes. Now, our customization system is something that we're pretty proud of. It allows players to tailor their car to exactly the character of performance that every race, challenge, or mission requires. And yes, you can strip all the parts away from the body of the car, choose the individual performance parts from the engine to the rims, and build the vehicle back up. Now that the crew is ready, they're going to launch the cooperative mission. This was much easier when the room was empty. Sorry about that. Now, it's a takedown of a rival faction driver that will take our 4 players across busy city roads, through backyards, across grassy parkland, and over beach dunes. The city of Miami is truly their driving playground.
Performance of individuals, so you can be certain that it'll take a group effort to take that monster down. It doesn't need to be pretty. Work as a team, and hitting him hard is a great kick to it.
And as the players celebrate the completion of another mission, we see the arrival of a new threat in the form of a rival crew. The core of the game is collaborating and competing, and now it's up to the crew of 4 friends to work together to see off this new challenge.
Leave him in. Run.
And there's something else. The tablet that I gave Aisha earlier on wasn't a bribe, wasn't just a bribe. She used it to prepare her own car while we were playing the game on stage.
Yeah, your guys just took me through it backstage, and it's rad. It's very cool. You can customize it right on your iPad, and the one that I just customized on my iPad is now available in the game, which is killer.
And that's something that everyone here can try on the booth tomorrow.
I will show
But
you.
it's not all we have for our second screen experience.
Very, very cool. Insane. Everybody
very much.
needs to check this out. It's so awesome. Thanks for the demo.
Thank
very
you.
cool.
Want me to
You
take
can,
that?
yes, you can hold on to that for me. All right. Now, imagine that with one touch of your phone screen, you could bring up any personal information you would want on any person in this room. If you had all that personal information at your fingertips, is there any limit to the kind of power that you would have? The NSA thinks not. You're about to get that power. And here to talk about the game that has already come to define next gen, give it up for the senior producer of Watch Dogs, Dominique Gay.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Now, we live in a world where everyone and everything is connected. I mean, our lives are basically stored on computers, and we rely on our smartphones to connect with work, with information, and even with the people we love. Now, in Watch Dogs, the question we ask is, what would you do if you could hack into all those devices? If you could basically pry into anyone's darkest secrets, and if you had complete control over the systems in the city of Chicago? And you will experience this through Aiden Pierce, a man whose obsession with surveillance will transform him into a vigilante. But what kind of vigilante? And more importantly, to inflict what kind of justice? Well, that's a question you will have to answer on your own. Let's take a look.
Give me 4 seconds and a clear signal. I'll get in, and you'll never know. But I want you to know. You're not anonymous. I've seen your kind before. I've made mistakes, hurt people I love. All because of men like you. You think you're untouchable? I'm here to shatter your illusions. you'll never be free again.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, last year at E3, Watch Dogs was the surprise of the show. And earlier this year, we unveiled an open world Chicago with unprecedented interactions. Now, at this E3, we have plenty more surprises to reveal, so expect to be seeing a lot more of Watch Dogs very soon.
Very exciting and horrifying and awesome. I would actually go off the grid, except I don't want to give up my gamer score. So I'll never abandon that number. Thank you so much, Dominic. That was so cool. Thank you. Give it up for Dominic Gay.
Thank you very much.
I give Dominic my number, but clearly he already has it. All right, now that game is pretty hardcore, but fortunately the next game is the complete opposite. It is singing and dancing in front of your television like a crazed lunatic, a happy, high-scoring, crazed lunatic. This is Just Dance 2014.
Miss Worldwide, Christina Aguilera. Oye, mamita, dale, que la cosa Reporting live from the tallest building in Tokyo. Long way from them hallways, filled with souls and oh yeas. They counting always, real fat all day. Now baby we can parlay, oh baby we can party. She read books, especially about red rooms and tie-ups. I got her hooks, cause she see me in a suit with a red tie tied up. Rita and Grace, nice to meet you, but time is money. Only difference is I own it. Now let's stop time and enjoy this moment.
Yes! The next evolution of party gaming drops this October across all platforms. All right, now, did you guys know that the Just Dance franchise actually got its start as a mini-game in one of Ubisoft's Raving Rabbids games? Well, now you do. And today, Ubisoft is once again using the Raving Rabbids as the base for changing the way that people think about entertainment. In 2011, Ubisoft created Ubisoft Motion Pictures, and you probably already know that these guys are working on very exciting movie projects around Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell. I got so excited I couldn't speak. What you may not know is that they're also preparing to unleash those insane little creatures into your television screens. Done in partnership with France Television and Nickelodeon here in the United States, Rabbids Invasion, the TV show, is about to launch very soon. And here's the deal. Not only will you be able to watch the show on TV, but for the first time, you're going to be able to play it on your interactive screens. Yes, play your TV show. Here is a first taste of all the craziness you're going to get from those little rabbits. Take a look. Adorable. Awesome and adorable. To talk about Rabbids Invasion, the interactive TV show, please welcome Adrian Lacey, who's here to explain how the way that we entertain is about to completely change. Hi.
Hi, Aisha. Hello, E3.
How are you?
Hi.
Well, good to see you. I know. It's me. They're all normal sized. I am a mutant. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. So, TV and movies have long mastered the art of engaging the emotions of an audience through great storytelling. They make us laugh, cry, angry, afraid, even scream like little girls.
Or big ones.
Think about how many times you and your kids have tried to tell a TV or movie character to watch out, it's right behind you, run you fool. Or even solve the whodunit from your favorite detective before he's actually done it. So, what about actually being part of the story? Maybe even getting off your butt and being part of the entertainment itself, both on and off screen. Well, this generation of consoles, tablets, and mobile devices are finally making that possible. Microsoft is at the forefront of this intersection, and we're proud to announce our close partnership in bringing this new experience to Xbox One. TV is about to invade your living room and bring it back to life like never before.
Very, very cool. So tell me, what kind of goofiness can we expect from the Rabbids TV show?
So let's have a look at the first episode and some of the interactive missions that you'll be able to experience on your various devices. In this case, using the motion control camera. So now you can dance with the rabbits and mimic them to help the story move forward. There are also puzzles to solve using your voice, and you can play a series of observation games like Spot the Chicken, which we'll see in a minute. So the fun comes from actively participating in your favorite scenes. Check out the Chicken Showdown, as the kids rack up the points trying to massacre our little bunnies with rotten eggs by simply aiming with their finger. So now the observation game. The fastest draw wins. And finally, what could be better than screaming with your children instead of at them?
Super fun. Super fun. And another game in which my 5-year-old nephew is totally going to crush me, so thanks for that. Adrian Lacey, everybody. Give it up for Adrian.
Thank you, Aisha.
Super cute. All right. It's about that time, guys. We've had our fun with dancing and rabbits, but now it's time to get back to the core gamer goodness. And that means that it's time for Assassin's Creed. Yes. Yes. Now, when you think about it, let's be honest, we've always wanted to be a pirate, all of us. The high seas, the adventure, the rampant spread of infectious diseases, and in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, you are a pirate. And to show us what that pirate is all about for the first time, here's a brand new trailer. Point your face at this. Oh! Holy crap. That was all of the fun, all of it. Here to tell us a little bit more, please welcome the creative director on Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Jean Guédon.
Hello, Aisha. Hello, everybody.
Very cool. Very, very cool. The Assassins guys are actually pretty jumpy backstage. Either you guys have been hanging out with the energy drink girls, or you are incredibly stoked about this year.
We're very excited, Aisha. As you can see from that trailer, we promise to deliver a brutal pirate experience. Epic naval battles, intense combat on land, and a lot of drunken chaos. But being a pirate wasn't always about swashbuckling violence or caricatures you see in movies.
I'm kind of bummed. I was really looking forward to doing a lot of swashbuckling. Looks fun.
It's a wonderful word. However, it would probably be misapplied to the story of Edward Kenway. During the 2 years of development, we researched the era and understood why pirates makes everyone so exciting. And it's because they're the perfect symbol of freedom, rebellion, and adventure. These men and women were ready to die young in order to live their own life. A short life, but a merry one, to quote the infamous Bart Roberts.
Well, that does sound like something a pirate would say to somebody right before they ran them through as they were swashbuckling. And those sound like the perfect ingredients for a pirate game.
Indeed. Actually, they're perfect ingredients for an Assassin's Creed game. And we designed Black Flag to support these topics. They define every design decision we've made. The game will allow you to explore this pirate world the way you want, taking part or not in many different activities. Boarding ships, finding treasures, raiding smuggler caves, hunting, attacking forts, and so many more, on land and sea. Basically, from the Caribbean mangroves to the rooftops of Havana, from underwater shipwrecks to ancient Mayan temples, the game is an invitation. An invitation to fight, roam, and explore. An invitation to immerse yourself in one of the most ambitious open-world games ever created. During this E3, we will show you different demos illustrating this feeling of being a pirate, strong and free. But today, I want to open a window on this world for you with some direct in-game footage. Thanks, and have a great E3.
Yes.
Kneeling at the back of the church, feeling water on your brow. With its healing, it hurts at first. A sharpish pain that returns as a thought that the needle in your skin won't bring you closer to God. And I watch as your head turns full circle. So watch as your head turns full circle. Though you look so deceiving, the sparks are always fire, cause you drink for relief. With the heart of a child and the wit of a fool, it's a wonder why I don't try to build a wall around you. And I watch as your head turns full circle. Yeah, watch as your head turns full circle. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, can't wait to play that. The next title comes from a brand that was next generation before the next generation arrived. Take a look.
The future has been foretold. Our world will be changed forever. And into this world, the next generation of heroes will rise and fall.
Right? Now, as you can see, Trials is crazy fun. And in 2014, Ubisoft drops 2 new Trials games. Trials Fusion for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4 consoles, and the PC. And for the first time, one exclusively for mobile devices called Trials Frontier. Trials Fusion features a brand new trick system that lets you fly through the air on a bike, which looked killer, and is exactly as close as I ever need to come to being 50 feet above ground doing motocross, because I like to threaten my life virtually, not in real life. The 2 different versions will actually work together and complement one another, and this allows users to access previous runs, see high scores, and interact with the thriving online community anywhere through your smartphone. Finally, doubles and triples are within your grasp on your phone, and I can't wait. Eve, hi, welcome back. It's fun. You know, I was actually just about to wrap things up. Maybe get a bacon wrapped hot dog, or we could get some poutine. Want to get some poutine with me?
Yeah, I really came to say thank you for the fans who are giving us a great support, and the ones that are watching us today, but also some of them that are with us in the room today.
We have some super fans here in the house. Say what's up.
Yes.
Awesome. I knew you were happier than the rest of the group.
But I have something more to show you today. Oh. You know, we want to take advantage of the next generation of consoles to enter a new genre. You know, the open world online RPG. So this game is brought to you by one of the best studios in the world, Massive Entertainment. I am super excited about it. You know, I think you will be too. It's so amazing. So let's watch it. Yes. Thank you.
In 2001, a real-world exercise tested the emergency response to a bioterror attack on the continental United States. The operation was called Dark Winter. Within just a few days, the simulation spiraled out of control. The operation predicted a rapid breakdown in essential institutions, civil disorder, and massive civilian casualties. Dark Winter has revealed how vulnerable we've become. Our lifestyle, our security, our safety depends on a delicate and unstable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time. We've created a house of cards. Remove just one, and everything falls apart. And what's fueling the system?
Money. Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Last year, 200 million people swarmed their local stores on November 23rd. We call that day Black Friday. Did you know that a flu virus can survive on the surface of a banknote for up to 17 days? One day there will be a pandemic. It could begin during the crush of Black Friday sales. A pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient 0 feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected. From this point, the breakdown will happen fast.
Day 1, hospitals will reach capacity. Panic will strike. Day 2, quarantine zones will be established. Resources will be rationed. Transport will go into lockdown. Day 3, international trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4, the power will fail. The shelves will be empty. The taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
In 2007, a new presidential directive was signed quietly into law. This maps out the government's response to a crisis, a plan to cope with a real dark winter. It is known as Directive 51. There are rumors of shadow agencies, sleeper cells, covert agents, but nothing can be confirmed.
Our complex world is primed for breakdown.
And once the chaos strikes,
there won't be resources to save us all.
The only question left is, what will it take to save what remains?
Hello everyone, I'm Niklas Cederström, Creative Director at Massive Entertainment. It's a scary question, isn't it? But we have the answer. Today we're extremely proud and excited to share with you all a whole new entry of one of our most beloved franchises. It has been 3 weeks since the deadly pandemic hit New York City on Black Friday. So what will it take to save what remains? The Division, a classified unit of self-supported tactical agents, our last hope when all else fails. In the demo you're about to see, my friends and I have been dispatched to the Brooklyn area. With one of us playing on his tablet in real time, we're heading towards a police station we heard was in bad shape.
A little bit, the world's so quiet and still. Santa's out there flying around, and it's true that if you leave it, girl, all year long, and the wind might be
Civilians on the left. She's gone red. I'm low on packs, though. We have to leave it.
Alright guys, I got you on my map, so I will head your way.
Sweet. See you in a sec.
I'll meet you up on the corner.
Okay. It's clear out this far. Yeah, the intersection's clear. There's some, construction site here on the left. Check that out.
I think we should come back later. We should go to the police station first.
Let's go.
to check your skills and switch it up, you can.
I'm gonna pull them out. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
Alright, I'm coming out. Two on the left, one on the right. Okay, two more on the right.
Yeah, I see him. Ooh, let's do a Molotov. Look at this.
Oh, thank you. Nice shot. Okay, on the right, there he is.
Yeah,
Easy, okay. Oh, there goes the turret. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, what's up, Chris? Welcome to the family. Alright, group buff coming your way. Nice. Hold on, I'm getting shot at now. Yeah, go run back. Alright, moving. Oh shit, hold on, I think we got one more. Watch out, on the left.
Yep. Oh, did you see the guy on the roof?
Yeah, oh, there he is, okay.
He's the one doing it.
Wow.
Oh, he's like, yeah.
I'm to mark him now.
Chris, can you mark him or something?
Hold on, I think I got him.
Yeah, got him. Okay, that's done. Let's check out the inside.
Alright, I need to hop out. I'll see you guys later, though.
See you later. You guys coming?
Yeah, right behind you.
Oh, there's some cops locked up in here.
Okay.
Oh, please. Hey, I heard of you guys. Look, I got 2 officers in these cells over here. Get them out for me, will you?
Some more cops in here.
Son of a... Listen, the armory is out back. Take whatever you need. The code is SH-1023.
The code? Code for the armory.
It's
good to be out of there.
Okay, I think that's everybody in this room.
Okay, I'm going for the armory. Should be back
Set the
here.
broadcast, huh?
That hallway's clear.
Still up and running.
What was that?
I don't know. Let's go. Oh, here it is.
Alright. Jackpot. You gonna get the box?
Nope, that's next. That gun is sick. You better get it out before you lose it.
Okay, I've got my flare ready to go.
Cool. I'll get the door.
You good? Let's go.
Dude, check out Manhattan.
Should go over there later. Alright, extracting. Got about 90 seconds.
Whoa, that's another group of players. Break for B&B.
Thank you. With Tom Clancy's The Division, you will discover a whole new online open world RPG experience coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Society is on the brink of collapse. So remember, it could happen at any time. It could happen to you.
Go. All right. All right. That was, every time Ubisoft unveils new IP, I just lose my mind. That looks so, so beautiful. Take it easy, it's not real money, and I'm pretty sure it's not infected. That is it for us, guys. This has been an incredible afternoon. Every single killer game you saw here will be yours to explore at the Ubi booth on the floor here at E3. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're watching online, put on some pants and stay tuned for the post-show wrap-up with fan questions and live reactions from our experts. And to everyone lucky enough to be here at E3 in the flesh, you know what to do. Get down to the Ubi booth and do that shit. We'll see you there. For the incredible Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains.
We've got visual confirmation. Sam, talk to me.
He's dead. Take them out before they trigger that bomb. Ready. 3, 2, 1. This is it, Briggs. I'll cover your exit.
I call this my Gauntlet of Doom. It's awesome for keeping out any would-be thieves. This is Nigel. He's like a deadly weapon. And the bestest friend you could ever have, all in one.
Nagasaki!
Give me 4 seconds and a clear signal.
Reporting live from the tallest.
And massive civilian casualties. Supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time. We've created a house of cards.
Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient zero feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected.
I'm getting shot at now. Yeah, go around the back. All right, moving. Oh shit, hold on. I think we got one more. Watch out, on the left, on the left.
Yep. You see the guy on the right?
Internets and webs and other people. We're here for the post show, for the UB post show. We're going to be asking the dev teams more about the games, and we've got questions from you on the internet. So, are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, here we go. We've got some questions first off for Splinter Cell Blacklist team member Maxime Bellon. Okay, the first person, Eric, says Splinter Cell Blacklist has some great stuff going on, but how does it really play? Is the question.
I think
Ubisoft E3 2013 press conference post-show.
We're up.
Hurrah! Hurrah! So, we got to see some new stuff there.
We did.
Let's run down the new announcements.
Yeah.
Oh, my voice is very loud. Can we turn that down a
Pardon
little
me
bit,
while I
guys?
turn this down. I find your voice very mellifluous.
Peter's going to take care of it.
So.
All right, so we got the crew.
Yeah.
New open world racing game.
Probably my favorite of the entire press conference and maybe of the show so far.
Yeah, so now that they've announced that game, let me give a little recap of what I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's a game by Ivory Tower and Ubisoft Reflections. So it's people who've made Test Drive Unlimited and Driver San Francisco. I happen to have loved Driver San Francisco.
Oh yeah,
so
lots of fans in the office.
Totally on board with that. Yeah, so basically, open world racing game where the world itself is all of the United States. It's obviously not to scale because that would be a lot of boring driving through the desert and back highways of Nebraska. Not to say that there's anything wrong with Nebraska, but the world itself is about, they told me it's about 500 square kilometers, so driving from coast to coast will take you about 2 hours. So it's a pretty big world, and the cool thing is that you can fast travel wherever you want. So if you're, say, in Miami and your friends are hanging out in the mountains, you just fast travel over there, and all of a sudden you're driving down a mountain. So there's some cool ideas there, and it's kind of like what Bungie is saying that they're doing in Destiny, where it's just doing behind-the-scenes networking stuff, and it'll automatically match you up with people who are geographically close to you.
Yeah.
So there's no like load screen or whatever. There's no jumping from single player to multiplayer. It just surfaces nearby players.
Pretty seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So then after that came, was it Rayman or was it Splinter Cell?
Well, we can go out at work.
Sure, let's talk about Rayman.
We can talk about whatever we want.
Let's talk about Rayman.
Rayman, the trailer was a little weird with the young girl with jiggling boobs. That was a little disconcerting. But the game itself looks awesome.
It does, yeah.
When you say disconcerting, what you really mean is appealing, right? Clearly.
They're like appealing. She was about 8.
I'm part of that. Wait, no. Yeah, no, but the game itself looks really amazing. I mean, obviously they've got that creative art style, and you know, it's really expressive, really fun. You said you got a chance to play some more of it.
I did,
yeah. Right?
Yeah. It's looking really good. It's just like a more robust package than Rayman Origins was. Rayman Origins was sort of like a proof of concept of like, hey, we can do this this co-op 4-player platformer that's super tough but super precise and pull it off with this really eccentric art style.
Yeah.
This is them just sort of building on that and adding more to it. So
I played some of the music-based levels. They had one back at E3 last year, actually.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. It actually it reminded me a lot of Origins through some of the stuff that was there.
Right.
But I'm curious to see where that can go, where that can, you know, expand.
Yeah. And of course, it finished with another new IP in the Tom Clancy franchise.
At this point, we can safely ignore the Tom Clancy thing because Ubisoft bought his rights as a human being, right? And they just slap it onto games that had
be so valuable.
nothing to do with any books that he wrote. So
The Division.
I mean, functionally, it's a new IP.
Yeah. So we have The Division, seemingly open-world, third-person shooter RPG.
Yep.
They did go out of their way to call it an RPG.
We did, at the beginning of the show, I will say, muse about what Ubisoft made open-world RPG would be like.
Yeah, that's true. And that wouldn't have been what I would have thought of.
Yeah.
So kudos for that. Although it did look strikingly Ghost Recon-ish in a lot of ways. which is why I kept thinking it must be a Ghost Recon game.
Right, absolutely.
Sticking too hard to that idea that it was a franchise, right?
So during that demo, you were remarking how you weren't sure like how players were interacting with each other,
Yeah.
or they're at least like meeting each other.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, what do you know anything about this game?
No, and I'm wondering if it's doing that same sort of like the Crew Destiny thing, where it just knows where two players are and says, "Hey, you guys look like you would have a good time together. I'm going to put you in the same instance."
Right.
So.
And is there like I want to know if there's like competitive PvP aspects? Like you saw there, that it looked like they were shooting all AI.
Kevin,
but is there
in the post-pandemic, life is PvP.
What did I tell you about the whole Drivatar thing? This is not working out for you.
Good old Drivatar. Yeah, no, I'm curious. I would imagine it's got to have PvP, right? Or is it just
Yeah, I mean,
co-op
I would think so. I mean, shootings at this, I mean, Borderlands aside, I guess, and things like that. Shootings at its best when you can shoot other people.
Friends.
Yeah, shooting friends in the head.
Shooting is at its best when you're taking human lives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's not true.
Oh wait, right.
So, am I remembering correctly? He ended that demo by saying it's on Xbone and PS4.
And PS4.
But not PC.
But not PC.
Not PC.
No mention of PC.
So it's an MMO that's not on PC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
It is.
Yes, it is interesting indeed.
Do you think that's actually the case, or is that just we have to please our console partners for now?
Oh God!
I wouldn't know if it would be that, because if you're pleasing both, you're kind of not really like worried about it.
Yeah, you're
Right.
if you, like
That's
if you're
true.
that is true, and it strikes me as though maybe they're searching for that kind of like what's a natural console MMO experience, and maybe they've just hit on like a third-person cover shooter as a natural sort of fit.
Yeah, and to be honest,
MMO type.
If it's running on Xbox One, I mean, both these consoles are going to have PC-like architecture. It's
Right.
not going to be a stretch of the imagination.
Yeah,
They're going to be like,
absolutely.
bloop, hit the switch
Right.
on a couple of things, you know, just like that.
But it also, I also wonder
PC
like
equals
how
yes. That's how you code a PC port, right? Now I don't make video games, but I'm pretty sure there's an HTML tag in there
Yeah,
that says
definitely.
PC equals yes.
Yeah.
Close bracket.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly how it works. But I'm curious, like how, like when you like MMO.
Right.
Yeah.
This kind of MMO
Right.
is used in all sorts of ways that actually isn't really MMO
Yeah.
in a very
No,
traditional sense.
And I
so.
suspect that with next generation hardware, we're going to start to see the phrase MMO kind of lose meaning increasingly as this type of networking becomes more and more common.
Right.
Like the Crew is billing itself as a driving MMO, but that's a game where you're really only connected to like the 8 closest players to you.
Right.
It's not like
Well, it's
you're
like,
in
well,
the
does-
same world in the same network.
Does that mean
True.
Demon Souls and Dark Souls are an MMO?
Yeah,
like,
that's the
does that
thing.
mean like people call World of Tanks an MMO, but I wouldn't call it an MMO
Right.
or Dust or End War or Chrome Hounds. Any of these games are not really MMOs to me.
Yeah, but I suspect that'll be a trend with next generation multiplayer games where you have these big open worlds and you have like the complex networking that's all running seamlessly under the hood, so it can give the illusion of an MMO even though you're really only connected to like a small number of people.
Right. So it really is blurring the lines. Maybe we just need to come up with a new word for
Yeah.
this. What's the word? Is there a word we can use? We'll maybe discuss it later.
MMO, modest, massively multiplayer online game.
Okay.
Good.
If it's an
Or-
MMO, it could be a
Yeah.
modest mouse multiplayer. That's not working.
Cool.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was good. I'm
That
gonna
joke
stick-
is not helping me out.
I'm going to stick with Momorpg.
We also saw Trials, right?
Yeah.
Two Trials
Fusion.
games. Yeah.
Trials Fusion and Trials Frontier.
Yeah.
Don't know really much about them at all. Next gen?
Maybe
mobile.
you're on a motorbike.
Maybe. You're on a bike in space? A space bike, if you will?
I will.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
After that, or no, before that, I think there was the Just Dance.
Just Dance?
We kind of know what that
Just
is.
Dance and Rocksmith 2, kind of the games that you would expect to see.
Yeah.
What else? We saw a little Splinter Cell, Blacklist sizzle reel. Didn't really give us a meaningful look into the gameplay
No,
itself.
not really at all.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black
Assassin's,
Flag.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah. It's interesting. We didn't see anything
No
really
real-
of note
Yeah.
in that presentation. So, but I did last week. Go ahead and go to the site. You'll probably see my article up at this stage, describing more about what I saw of the actual gameplay in the open world. It's very like that. The one was very open world focused.
Right.
So it wasn't really about story. It was more about the things that you do within the world itself and how they blend.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to see some more from some of these games coming up at Sony's press conference. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and come back to GameSpot around 6 p.m. Pacific time, I believe, for Sony's press conference. A few of us will be here talking about their presentation. Take care.